The Battle of Cabrita Point, sometimes referred to as the Battle of Marbella, was a naval battle that took place while a combined Spanish-French force besieged Gibraltar on 10 March 1705 during the War of Spanish Succession. The battle was an Allied victory which effectively ended the Franco-Spanish siege of Gibraltar. Prelude: the Allies had conquered Gibraltar on behalf of the Archduke Charles of Habsburg on 1 August 1704. The Spanish besieged the city by land, and in that year, the French had made a first failed attempt to attack from the sea in the Battle of Veucuteliz Malaga. In January 1705, Philip V of Spain was determined to reconquer the city and had Villadarias replaced by Marshal de Tesse. Tesse realized that Gibraltar would never be retaken as long as the Allies could access it from the sea. He therefore ordered Admiral Pointus to block up the place by sea with his squadron of 18 ships of the line. Some of these ships were Spanish under José Fernández de Santillán. Gibraltar was not a permanent harbour yet for the English fleet, which was anchored in Lisbon at the time. The commander of Gibraltar, Prince George of Hesse-Darmstadt, dispatched an express to Lisbon, desiring Sir John Leake to sail to his assistance. This admiral set sail immediately with 5 sail of the line and a body of troops. By the morning of the 10th of March, he had a squadron of 23 English, 8 Portuguese ships of various sizes, and 4 Dutch. The battle. Leake's fleet reached the strait late on the 9th, and laid to during the night. The next morning at about 5:30 a.m., they were within 2 miles of Cabrita Point, when they saw 5 sail coming out of the bay. These proved to be the French ships Magnanime, Lys, Ardent, Arrogant, and Marquis. They made it first towards the Barbary coast, but, finding that they were being gained upon, stood for the Spanish coast. At 9 a.m., Sir Thomas Dilkes in HMS Revenge, with the Newcastle Antelope and a Dutch man-of-war, got within gunshot of the Arrogant, which, after a slight resistance, struck. Before 1 p.m., the Ardent and Marquis were taken by 2 Dutch ships, and the Magnanime and Lys were driven ashore to the westward of Marbella. The Magnanime, in which de Pointus had his flag, ran ashore with so much force that all her masts went by the board. She and the Lys were subsequently burnt by the French. The remaining part of the French squadron had been blown from their anchorage by a gale, and taken shelter in the Bay of Malaga, but now they slipped the cables and made the best of the way to Toulon. Aftermath: the Marshal de Tesse, in consequence of this disaster, turned the siege of Gibraltar into a blockade, and withdrew the greater part of his forces on the 31st of March. Pointus retired from active service after this battle. Leake had not only scored a remarkable victory, but had saved Gibraltar from attack and had enhanced his already high reputation.